listened to how everyone thought the game was a little bit too dark, so I did up the gamma. So I'm hoping that will make the game more viewable. Just let me know what you think about that. See. And so now I'm going to do that. My pet is level 11. Because once I get term, that's when this challenge is going to be a lot more fun. Just have to get to that point first. in the Howling Stones maybe, or Saphir's Tomb, or just keep working on my group tasks I need to get done for EOD 1 achievement so I can raid for that since I don't have to buy any expansions for it. I can keep them in the shaman in the Greater Guild Hall. Or okay, so that last one. gonna be doing some things to make plat since there isn't a whole lot I can do short of